Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello and welcome to AICT Insights, a diverse show on innovation, education, startups, entrepreneurship and much more. On this episode of AICT Insights, we have a very special guest who is a distinguished innovator and thought leader in the field of language technology. He is best known as the founder of Anuvadini, a groundbreaking tool designed to enhance and simplify the process of language translation and communication. He is none other than Dr. Chandrasekhar Buddha. Welcome to the show, sir. Let's begin this interesting episode. Sir, what motivated you personally to delve into the field of language technology and create Anuvadini?
Namaste to all. As you all know, every Indian believes that motherland, Matrubhumi, Matrubhasha, mother language. These three ingredients play an important role in our life. As you all know that 85% plus Indians speak non-English. So their communication with their friends, with their families are non-English. And we have more than 22 official vernacular languages in our country. And as you know, for 1.4 billion people, and out of that 85% people are speaking non-English. So there is a barrier between acquiring a knowledge and the skills. So which basically resulted unemployment in our country. So that's where I thought, why don't we bridge this gap by creating a tool which is not only empowered only from the artificial intelligence side, but it has so many intelligences attached to it so that it will decrease the language barrier. It will improve the unemployment, it will reduce the unemployment. At the same time, it will improve the understanding level of any kind of a content in their mother language. So, if you take an example, if you see the skills courses in our country, engineering subjects in our country, medical subjects in our country, law subjects, all these are in English medium. Yeah. So, the matter of the fact is, the end user is a non-English speaker. True. So when you are delivering a judgment example in English, they are even not able to understand what is the outcome of the judgment. And at the same time, the school students or college students, they are mugging up and trying to put that in the paper, so they are not acquiring a knowledge. They are not understanding it practically. So that's where the Anuvadini comes into picture, and it's a multimodal, multi-type. What it means? The multimodal multi-type means it can understand a non-digital nature content. Example, imagine someone written a letter, handwritten letter from Tamil Nadu to Honorable Prime Minister. So someone needs to read it, right, in Prime Minister office. So Anuvadini will come into picture. It has a capability of reading that handwritten from Tamil or in Telugu or in Malayalam or in Kannada. And it can instantly translate that into a digital version and gives you whatever the languages you want. And on the other scenario, imagine someone sent a email or a document of 500 pages from German. So now you have a German document in front of you. So you need an interpreter to go through these 500 pages, make it understand and then explain it to you, right? So here the matter of the fact is, you give that document to Anuvadini. By the time you do chutki like this, it translates that 500 pages with formatting as it is and gives you. So now imagine the same in education and skilling system. So in the education now, the student will have one book in English, the same carbon copy of the same book in Telugu or Tamil or whatever his mother language. I think this is the beauty of the Anuvadini. So that's where the thought process started.
So what were some of the initial challenges you faced while developing Anuvadini, and how did you overcome with that?
Yeah. So before I explain, I would like to share, what is the thought process where we started and why. In 2015, Honorable Prime Minister visited Bihar, and he promised to every citizen of this country that we will provide education in mother language, in a regional languages. So what we thought was, how we can do it, because the matter of the fact is, the problem is the data sets itself. So you need authentic data, not the data which is available on the internet, because that is not a cleansed data. So you need some kind of a cleansed data. So that is the first challenge. The second challenge is what kind of infrastructure we have. The third challenge is there any such tools available? Because see, the book is nothing but a combination of a image, text, and a document, formatted document, tables, bulleted points, etc., right? Special characters, and sometimes formulas, mathematical formulas, chemical formulas, etc. So the biggest challenge is there is no such tool available which can create the content, then translate that document, formatted document, into various other languages. So that's where we see that there is no such tool available. Then we thought, within AICT, why don't we write our own tool? So that's where the thought started, and we spent 9 months
to develop
this tool. Okay. Myself and 3 more interns, we all sat together in AICT guest house, and we created this wonderful tool, and it works like a Xerox machine. So imagine you went to a Xerox shop or Xerox machine and you said, I have a Hindi document, please give a copy. It gives you a copy, one more carbon copy in Hindi language, right? But here the Anuvadini works in a very advanced Xerox machine. If you give a document in Hindi, you say that, please give the same document but Xerox in Kannada. So with the same formatting, it gives you the same document as it is, like a Xerox copy.
In fraction of seconds. Yeah.
So imagine you have 1,000 pages of document, and you come to Anuvadini team and said, can you please give this document in 14 to 15 languages. The minute you do chutki like this, it translates that 1,000 pages of document with formatting into 14 to 18 languages by the time you do like this, that fast. This is our in-house built small learning model. It started because we thought of concentrating only on the education and skilling system, but slowly it emerged as a large learning model. And slowly, not only the text and document, we started translating the videos, we started creating voice to voice communications, and now we even went towards a live streaming of translation. Imagine 20 people are sitting together and talking in various languages. On live, it translates, you can hear, at the same time you can read, it will print everything in front of you in your mother language. So imagine I registered using as a Punjabi user, you registered as a Tamil user, and someone registered as a Telugu user, and I started speaking in Punjabi. You will hear the same in Tamil, and the user who registered in Telugu, he will hear as well as see the same content in Telugu. Instant live streaming. There is no such large learning model available in the entire world which does it with multiple players. So as you know, in our parliament or various places, there are 500 plus MPs, and their staff, they all wants to speak in their mother language, so regional language. So this will facilitate such kind of a use cases.
It will bridge the gap of language barrier for so many people, right?
Yes. And at the same time, basically there is a trade deficit in our country because we are targeting 5 trillion, right? So here how we will reach a 5 trillion when there is a trade deficiency? The trade deficiency is coming because of the language barrier.
Correct.
I will give you one simple example. Imagine a farmer from Andhra Pradesh in a small remote village. The entire village together come and they cultivated a crop of 100 tons. Now they want to sell it. Whom they can sell? They can sell it to a local vendor because they understand only local language. But imagine using Anuvadini, they can record that crop along with them, saying that we have 100 tons of rice. If anyone is interested, please contact us. This is the price per ton in Telugu. And there is a farmer or a trader in Maharashtra, at the same time in Punjab, in Jammu Kashmir, all three can communicate with this Telugu trader in their own mother language. And when they communicate, the trader from, the farmer from Andhra Pradesh, he will hear all these languages in his regional language in Telugu. So that, there is a deficiency of the trade will reduce, and we will reach 5 trillion very easily because this tool has a capability of not only translating the document, voice, audio in Indian languages, it has a capability of translating into foreign languages also.
Okay.
So imagine this, someone wants to sell this product to Arabic countries, or to a US nation, or maybe European nations, or to a Japan or China. They can simply speak in their own language, and the person from Japan, he will speak in Japanese, and they will get all the information in their own mother language. I mean, beautiful, well crafted, super extraordinary, super fast application is what we have created.
Other than the trade deficiency, what you have told us, what gap in the market or specific need you aim to address with this tool?
See, from the student point of view, the understanding level
Okay.
of the subject will come when the book is in local language. So imagine a dropout. I'm talking from a skill point of view, a dropout. He become a best of the best on repairing any car in the world, but he don't have education, professional education, right? So now we are giving an English book to him, which he don't understand. So he is not paying attention. He is getting scared because of the language. So imagine we are giving the book in his regional language. So that solves the problem. He will start reading. At the same time, Anuvadini can create an audio book. Imagine while he is repairing the car, he will listen and he will learn. I think Anuvadini has an extraordinary capability called Chutki. What happens, imagine you are the one who is authoring a blog or a book. So the minute you are writing the book, example, let's say in English, and instantly it will get translated into Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, any language. At the same time, it creates an audio book for you, so that you can simply download that audio book and share it with anyone. So what happens if I'm working somewhere, I'm involved in some activity, still I can hear and listen and I can learn. I think, this is another extraordinary capability what we have built. So having said that, in the educational system, the content is going to be in a AR, VR, MVR mode in future. So Anuvadini is creating a Unicode based content creation, audio creation and video creation, so that it can be embedded anywhere, in any format. At the same time, slowly we are even moving towards creating a marketplace. What I mean by marketplace is, imagine service providers or product producers in our country, they are not able to sell their product to a non-regional language speaking users. So we have created a marketplace where they can submit their product details or service details, and they can sell those products or services online directly to anyone. So that's the beauty of it. So that's where we are using one technique called II. With FI. II means input intelligence. What is input intelligence means? Let us say you have a typewritten document. In 1970s, 60s, before this digitization happened, right? There are a lot of typewriting driven documents, handwritten documents, voice based documents. All this can be included into this Anuvadini, so that it is not only serving the digital entities, it can serve the non-digital entities also. So the input intelligence what we built can cater the non-digital entities as well as the digital entities. And the beauty is, it will translate the non-digital entities. Example, in this scenario, the handwritten documents or a typewritten documents, it's a non-digital, right, in nature. Or sometimes if you see MRO officers, they write with hand, everything, MRO officers and, land documents, etc., etc. All those can be translated into a digitized version first. Second beauty is, lot of times the documents what is produced, it has multiple languages in it. So if you take any well-known large learning models, it has a capability of translating only one source language to another destination language. But the beauty of Anuvadini is, it can take multiple languages on the same page of the document. Let us say you have 4 Indian languages and 7 foreign languages in the same document. It can understand every language in that document. Instantly translate that into a digital format, and from that digital format you can say, even though you have 12 to 15 languages on the source, but I want the destination language only in one particular language. So it translates those 14 to 15 languages into one particular language. So beautiful input intelligence is what we built. So imagine you have a YouTube video, On the 5th minute, you want to understand what is that they are speaking. It has an intelligence to understand. It will give you, it will analyze and give you that input saying that, at the 5th minute, this is what they are talking. Even though it is in a foreign language, you can speak in Indian language and you can ask a question. At the 5th minute, what is that they are speaking in French? You can ask this question in Hindi.
And they will be able to answer it.
And Anuvadini has a capability, extraordinary capability to understand and interlink these two and translate that French language video into Indian language. It analyzes everything and then it will give you the reply back. That's the greatness of Anuvadini. Not only that, it has another extraordinary thing is live capabilities. Imagine you are doing a live now, right? YouTube live. This YouTube live can be translated straight away into 36 Indian and foreign languages. You don't need to do anything. Just take this URL, put it there, and end user will select what language they want to listen. And they say submit. Instantly what I am speaking now will instantly get translated into that respective language and they will hear it live. And they can see the video live. So that's the beauty of, that's where the input intelligence comes into picture. But another interesting thing what happened recently, I visited Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. So I found one very interesting thing, madam, in the villages. What is happening, most of the web applications, right, our government based applications or private based applications, all the web forms which the end user is supposed to fill is in English.
Yes.
So the people who is not educated, uneducated people, less educated people, less empowered people, socially deprived people, they are not able to fill that form. So we have created a extraordinary web form intelligence. It will ask you, which language you know. So let us assume, I am from Assam. So the minute I select Assam, the entire web form will be in Assamese
language.
Not only that, as I said, I'm an uneducated person. I can't even read, so that, it will speak for you. It will ask, what is your name? It will ask. Then all I need to do is, instead of typing, I will speak, my name is Buddha Chandrasekhar.
Just a conversation. And
yes,
it will.
that's it. The web form will become a conversational web form. So that what happens, you as an uneducated person or maybe lazy or sometimes, you are differently disabled, still you can simply speak, you can listen and speak and you can fill the web form and submit. At the same time, that form has an intelligence of skipping. That form has intelligence of, of make sure that, you must fill that field. It has all that kind of intelligence in place. And at the same time, what we did, lot of MSMEs and SMEs in our country, they don't know how to create this form, right? That's again another challenge. Because, you need to create a form first. So imagine I'm a restaurant owner. So I want people to come to see my restaurant details and order either a veg or a non-veg items which I sell. But as a restaurant owner, I don't know how to create this web form. So the intelligence what we built here is, he can simply speak, saying that I'm a owner of this XYZ restaurant. I sell veg, non-veg, etc., etc. I sell dosas, this is, and then I can simply say, in my restaurant, dosa costs 50 rupees, idli costs this much, veg biryani costs this much. And then I say the order form starts. And the form start is a keyword, and I can say that the customer name, customer address, then you please include my menu. It includes all the menu, the form ends. And and take them to a payment gateway. And once they finish the payment, the information notification email is supposed to send to the customer as well as to me. This is the voice command I will give it to Anuvadini. Anuvadini basically creates the entire form for you using these voice commands in your own regional language. That's the beauty of Anuvadini. So what happens now? The limitation of technical limitation is gone and everything is open straight so that end user can create their own web forms, they can create their own menus, they can create their own scheduler, they can create their own calendar. Imagine I'm a doctor and a patient basically requested for my time. But I said, I can simply give a voice command saying that, no, I'm little busy on the morning session as you requested, but I'm available on 4:30 p.m. It reschedules, sends a notification to the patient. Once patient agrees, it will give you the information back. Everything is voice enabled. Imagine the patient speaks a different language, a doctor speaks a different language. Still Anuvadini can handle both. At the run time, real live session. At the same time, imagine I'm a doctor, but I'm little busy with one patient. But suddenly I received an emergency call. They said, I want to speak with you immediately. I, as a doctor, I'm already involved in an operation. I'm doing an operation. I can't come out of operation. I will send my virtual reality so that, my replica, AI replica, will speak with my patient.
Okay.
And he will interact. It records everything. It analyzes everything. Once I finish my operation and come out, immediately it will send a notification saying that, oh, there is an emergency call. And this is what they said. You need to address them immediately. This is the contact number of a customer. See, we want to make sure this tool will help all 1.4 billion Indians. At the same time, if you realize, ma'am, another biggest problem in our country is that reaching the unreachable. Example, there are difficult terrain regions. If you see hilly regions in Himachal Pradesh, in Jammu Kashmir, you take a northeast, very difficult to reach, right? So we want to make sure the hologram of a teacher or a lawyer or a doctor placed somewhere in a city, and they are interacting live with the end user sitting in these difficult terrain areas and giving all the suggestions. And the doctor may be speaking in a different language and they are listening in their own language. So this is the beauty of Anuvadini. This kind of a solutions what we fit into Anuvadini to make sure that we will not only become a Vishwaguru, we as an Indian strongly believe that, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the entire world is ours. Imagine African countries. Imagine countries, Middle East countries, Far East countries, lot of backward districts we have in our country. Similarly, backward countries in the entire globe. So they all are family members. The same solutions can be provided to everyone and make sure that, what we believe as a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is true.
Yes. So, sir, what are the long-term goals of Anuvadini? This is the thing what you have informed us. It's definitely a genius work that Anuvadini is doing and catering a large section of society. What are the future goals you see with Anuvadini?
Yeah, very good question, ma'am. I see from end user point of view, it must be very simple, easy. चुटकी बजाते आ जाए, ये बहुत important है. Speed, privacy is also very important. The matter of the fact is, Anuvadini don't store any of your translated data. Because it's very important. Maybe you are filing a patent, you want to translate that important information. There are a couple of tools, they capture all that information and they share that information to various third-party systems. So, but Anuvadini, we don't share any information of anyone. Unless until someone asked us to train our model. Example, let's say there is a court. They said, can you please train your model with respect to law? In example, in Malayalam language, please train your model. So we take the consent, we train our model. So we have trained 800 plus custom models into it. So you take any kind of a stream, like example law, example finance, example education, skill. We have more than 800 plus custom dictionaries inbuilt. So if you take any other large learning models available in the world, it has only one general library. It takes that general library and it interprets and it basically translates. But here you can say, I am giving you the skill related document, and within skill related you can say this is a painting related document. So you need to apply the glossary and dictionary of painter. It basically picks that painter's glossary and dictionary and it applies to that translated document and it gives you output. So this is the wonderful thought process what we have. And at the same time, the technology is moving very fast, right? So we are moved from a 3G to 4G, 4G to 4G world, now 5G, 6G, 7G. What it means that, we need to deliver content very fast and a high quality content delivery. So that's where the Chutki comes into picture. If you already have an existing blog, or if you have a vlog, or if you have any kind of a content available with you, you can simply copy and paste it, instantly translates and gives you. At the same time, you can embed the medical related content, you can embed the chemistry formulas, mathematical formulas, you can draw anything you want, you can create a triangle with angle. I mean, it has so many advanced features. So the thought process is to give the best of the best. That's the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, to give the best of the best to all 1.4 crore Indians, so that they will deliver the best of the best. So having said that, the infrastructure basically plays a major role. So we are little struggling on the infrastructure side, but we are trying our best to cover. So if we have a proper infrastructure in place, definitely this tool will help each and every Indian. Even I want the housewife who's sitting at home and created a small business like selling a pickle. Why you are selling a pickle only to the nearby areas? You can sell this pickle to a citizen sitting in US.
Yes.
So that's where I want Anuvadini to be there and make sure we will reach not 5 trillion, 10 trillion in next 2 to 3 years time.
Is there any complexities that Anuvadini handles?
Yes.
With respect to limited digital resources?
Yeah. I mean, the major problem of any technology tool is a human intelligence.
Yeah.
Because that's where the Anuvadini, now we are working on various intelligence. Because I strongly believe these tools are co-pilots. They will help you to speed up your task. They will help you for better understanding. They will help you to summarize. Imagine your boss gave you 100 pages and said, in next 5 minutes, summarize and tell me what it is. As a human, it's just next to impossible, right? To read, understand, interpret and analyze and summarize. So Anuvadini will help you to do it. So I strongly believe that it's a co-pilot, not a pilot. Human is a pilot. But at the same time, we need to make sure we add the human intelligence to it. At the same time, we need to make sure there is a reporting intelligence attached to it. At the same time, we need to make sure there is a rationalized intelligence attached to it. At the same time, we need to make sure we have the data intelligence attached to it. At the same time, we need to make sure we have a business intelligence attached to it. So now, Anuvadini has a II, as I said, input intelligence. We have a transformation intelligence in between. We have a AI intelligence built. We have a BI intelligence built and a data intelligence built. But now we are working on human intelligence. Because imagine you are watching a movie. And in that movie, different frequencies. Gabbar Singh said, kitna log hai udhar. His frequency level is different. Someone's frequency level is different. There is a background noise. I think we want to make sure we just mimic what is happening on the source video and just take it as it is, like a Xerox copy. As of now, we reached to a level that the background music, background noise, everything will come along with the translation. But now we are working on those frequency levels, so that everyone's frequency levels are different.
Yes.
So based on that, we will identify the speaker and we will assign that frequency to that level, so that the destination translated language also exactly replicate the same, so that it will carry forward that emotion. There is no emotion intelligence inbuilt as of now. We want to make sure we will have that also in place. You may ask why. It's very important for school children.
Yes.
Imagine, you want to distribute a content to a children, but in a gamification way and a fun way. That's where Anuvadini come into picture. The emotional intelligence come into picture. And it will transform the content what you created in a funny way. So that students from, from first standard to 8th standard, they all will feel fun, gamification based, they will adopt it, they will learn so fast. I think this kind of a thought process what we have. And at the same time, the next thought process is gamification. See, the education is moving towards a gamification side. So we want to make sure we will embed this content inside a gamification format. So that's where we are again focusing. and trying to see is there any way we can embed this gamification intelligence into our engine, so that the content creator can instantly select a gamification intelligence in it, and the content will instantly translate into that format. That which is not available as of now, which we would like to do.
You're working on it. Yeah. So, sir, since the launch, how Anuvadini has been received by its audience? Would you like to share some success stories on it?
I mean, as of now, more than 50 lakh students, faculty, researchers, various ministries, like example, education ministry, skill ministry, urban development ministry, rural development ministry, national health agency, various courts, supreme courts, high courts. We have created a dictation tool for judges. There are a couple of secret projects, which we executed for government. I think, a lot of people are using, and it's very important that we are receiving the inputs from the students, researchers, as well as innovators. They are coming back to us saying that, why don't you add this? Why don't you add this? Recently, someone told me that, music plays an important role in human life. Why don't you create a small application which basically takes music as an input and creates a music note? I said, it's a fantastic idea. And someone told us saying that, please create a eye screening application, because in the villages, it is very difficult to go to a hospital to get the eye detection done. So is there any problem with the eye, right? Cataract problem, or example. So create a small application using AI. So now within Anuvadini, we are creating such applications. We are creating application solutions for supply chain management, for the logistics. Because in India, the major expenditure for the goods production is the logistics and supply chains. If we can solve that problem, right, so the overall expenditure will reduce. Because let's say if I ask you, you ordered something using Amazon, you want to know where is your package, right, the deliverable. So now the problem, you don't know where it is. But imagine using this AI technology, you created a unique QR code, and that is got connected with the satellite, and now you know where it is, right? So we are creating such kind of intelligence solutions, so that the overall production cost of a goods or a service will reduce to up to 50 to 60%. At the same time, security. See, the major problem here is, if you see any way bills, right, it is all written in numbers. I think we need to change that to a QR code format, so that no one can simply read it and create a duplicate. So we are embedding such kind of a technology into it, so that we can take things forward in a right way. At the same time, what I realized based on my experience, every student is unique, every learner is unique. We need to create a personalized and customized content for them. But how you will create a customized and personalized content? That's where the technology comes into picture. So Anuvadini, basically keeping the National Education Policy 2020 in mind, we want to make sure we will deliver the customized and personalized content to the student and the learner. I will give you a best example. Imagine I'm a student, but my learning pattern is image based. If you show me something in image, I can learn quickly. So Anuvadini will learn what is your learning pattern first, and it will deliver the content based on your learning pattern. Imagine someone is very interested on a research oriented, they want everything in a textual format. It will deliver them in a textual format. Someone for a image format, someone for a video based format, someone on an interactive PDF based format. See, this is also very important format called interactive PDF format. So within Anuvadini, now we are working on that interactive PDF format, so that imagine you are going through a PDF and you have one doubt. Immediately it will give you infinite information out of that interactive PDF. So that kind of a technology is what we are building, so that the student will get a personalized as well as customized content. Because anyways you have a teacher or a faculty is there, right? They are teaching a structural information. But if you want to learn a non-structural information, so that's where you can utilize the capabilities of these advanced features of Anuvadini, and you can learn this in an unstructured way, so that you have the better learning capabilities and better understanding, and your creativity will basically increase. See, sometimes what happens is you may need to see that, why, how, what, right? So this basically covers these three angles. So that's the thought process.
It's 5W1H.
Yeah, 5W1H.
Okay. So, sir, what is the most common feedback you get from the users regarding the interface of Anuvadini?
Yeah. So they always want a mobile app.
Okay.
Basically we created this on a desktop based and a tab based, but they want it in a mobile based.
Okay.
But the matter of the fact is, these are the large learning models. Second thing is, when you try to translate, you can't see everything in one page. So comparison of your source and destination will differ. See, example, if you take all popular translation tools, once you upload, it will allow you to download, because they can't compare. But in Anuvadini, the beauty is you can see the source and destination just next to each other, and immediately you can compare page by page.
Okay.
And another beautiful thing what we have here is, it not only translates the content, it translates the image also. Imagine you have an image, it has some kind of a Hindi content on top of it, and someone sent it to you. But your boss said, I want this in English. So you need to recreate everything using Photoshop, and those are paid softwares, right? So now you don't need all that. You just need to come to Anuvadini, just use image 23, just upload this image and say, this is in Hindi. I want the same image in English or Telugu or any language. Instantly it will retain the background as it is, and it will change the entire language, including the font size, everything like a Xerox copy. You will get it in another language. You can even move those elements from one place to another place. If you want to add a new layer, you can add, you can change the font size, you can change the font type. Every kind of extraordinary capabilities what we have. But someone told us, saying that, they gave a feedback, this is wonderful tool, but I want to speak. Let it generate an image. Because what is happening, they are creating a content, and in order to, if they want an image, they are going to Google, copying an image and putting it there. It is basically attracting a copyright problem.
Yeah.
So someone can file a copyright issue, right? So here what we did, we created something called Image 23. It's a speech to image engine. It's a visual large learning model what we have created. We trained 1.5 billion parameters. So what it does, you can speak anything using your own mother language. Okay, someone in Assam, they can say, Chhatrapati Shivaji ji gode ke upar aa raha. It will create a unique AI generated image for you, which is a copyright free.
Which is a unique image. You will not get it anywhere.
No. Unique image. Similarly, you can create an image with multiple characters and multiple objects. Every object is customizable. Let us say someone is playing cricket. That's what you see. So the dress, imagine the dress what it generated in English. In white color. So now you said, instead of white, I want them to wear blue color. So now you have all the players, the image generated in blue color dress. I mean, it has an extraordinary capabilities. You can say the height of the grass in that ground needs to be 2 feet.
It will be 2 feet.
It will be 2 feet. It's an indoor stadium. Instantly it changes. It has all kind of a permutation combination. It's an extraordinary tool. Extraordinary tool we built in house, and it takes any kind of a Indianized version of our traditions, of our way of life. It has all those ingredients got trained. So in short, non-technical terms, it's your thought process, imagination is a limitation. It can create wonderful things for you. And some people created an extraordinary things and sent it to me, because I'm a technologist, so my creative limitation, I have a limited creativity. So a lot of people created an extraordinary things and sent it. Then I realized, oh my God, this is what people create. I think this is very useful for education purpose.
Yes.
Because instead of writing, if they see it, right, so they can experience it. So for the children, for the school children, for a higher education children, imagine you can create, saying that the school students are doing a chemistry experiment in a chemical lab. It creates an image for you. It's an extraordinary tool. I request everyone to look into that tool.
Apart from these features, is there any features which are in pipeline that you are planning to incorporate in Anuvadini?
One extraordinary feature we have is BharatTube. Imagine, as you know, YouTube is a knowledge repository. So imagine you have looked into one extraordinary knowledge based video, but that video is in Spanish.
Okay.
So now you as a student or a learner, you can simply copy the URL from the YouTube. You can come to BharatTube in Anuvadini and paste that URL and simply say this is a source language Spanish. I want to listen this in Gujarati, and it will translate that entire video into Gujarati instantly. At the same time, we are creating a Indianized version of WhatsApp.
Okay.
So that imagine I'm an end user and we all are in one group. Okay, I registered that my mother language is Telugu, you registered as a Hindi, someone registered as Tamil, and I dropped a video speaking in Telugu. But when as you registered in Hindi, you will hear the same video in Hindi. The other person who registered in Punjabi, he will hear the same video in Punjabi. When you speak in Hindi, I will hear the same in Tamil and Telugu or Tamil or any other language which I
based on your
instantly.
Instant.
And same applies for audio, same applies for content what you are giving. So one the source language what you spoke, one the destination language which I registered. And imagine someone said I don't want all these languages, I want everything in English. So they can set it up saying that even though my mother language is Telugu, when I want I will switch it, but I want everything in English, they can simply put in English, everything will come in English. So this not only useful only here, this is useful in tourism,
yes,
this is useful in hospitals, this tool is very useful in airports, this tool is very useful in Indian railways, this tool is very useful for anywhere there is a tourism in place. This is very useful in defense. This is very useful at the External Affairs Ministry. So we are developing this tool and now it's in POC. Proof of concept, we have given it to so many people to test this application. So this is coming very soon. So we want to give this gift to every Indian so that there is no language barrier. The next tool what we are creating is a marketplace. Because as I said, we have more than 8 crore MSMEs and SMEs in our country. So most of the products what they are creating is extraordinary, amazingly well, but we don't know. So we want to create an ecosystem, marketplace ecosystem on Anuvadini, so that anyone can pour in their products or services there, and people can buy it and people can order it, people can inquire it, and we are interlinking the customers, either customers based out in India or outside, or traders, either foreign traders or Indian traders. We want to connect all this with Indian businesses, so that our the overall GDP will increase, because increasing our GDP is very important. In order to do that, it is very important to involve the entrepreneurs, the SMEs and MSMEs from a small remote village areas as well as the tribal areas.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on the future of language translation tools and their role in global communication?
Yes. It's very important. As I said, Indians always have a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam thought process. We want to provide this Anuvadini to every citizen of this globe. Because digitization, 80 to 90% digitizations happen. And the businesses, the way they do businesses are changing every 3 months. So the Anuvadini tool can be a communicator between all these businesses and all the citizens of this globe. And it can play a major role. At the same time, it is very important. Imagine you went to a country where they speak a language which you don't understand. And now that barrier is no more. You speak instantly, they understand, they speak instantly, you understand. And at the same time, it is not only the understanding. Imagine you speak, but you spoke in female voice, and you want that in male voice in different language.
Okay, that is also possible.
That is also possible. At the same time, your frequency is different, but you want to change the frequency. You want to change your voice pitch. We have all this kind of ingredients already fitting into the Anuvadini tool. So I see that this tool can serve as a platform, integrator of every human live in this world. And at the same time, the content types what we have, right, like text, document. Not only that, we want to make sure the non-digitized versions, that also, is very important, because prior to 19th century, everything is non-digitized format. So Anuvadini has that capability. which is very, very useful for the entire world, because terabytes, petabytes, gigabytes of data is already generated in a non-digital format. So Anuvadini can help the entire world, irrespective of the language it is. It has a capability of translating that and digitize that into a digital version.
Looking back at your journey with Anuvadini, what are you most proud of?
I'm very proud of my entire team.
Okay.
And the kind of a support we received from a small school student to a researcher, because it's very important to get a feedback. And I'm so happy that every day we are learning, we are improving our tool, we are more moving towards better accuracy, and and much faster speed, and we want to make sure that we deliver the best. Because I always believe that Steve Jobs said, connect all the dots. One of the dot is speed, the second dot is accuracy, the third dot is connectivity itself. So now slowly we are taking these large learning models in offline mode, because imagine areas where there is no internet. So they can also use Anuvadini as an offline model and translate the document or audio or a video. So this is where I see that we are moving forward, and I'm so thankful to all the users. They are using the tool, they are giving so much inputs, so many inputs. At the same time, this tool is getting utilized in foreign nations also. They also started using, and a lot of MNCs started inquiring. We are open for the business now. It's a Section 8 company, so we can take the business from outside, from a private entities, from a non-government entities, from a state government entities, and with for a lesser price quote, we can deliver this in a with a minimal time. And at the same time, we have more than 9,000 language professionals. They all are experts in their domains as well as languages. So they are available with us. So imagine once we receive a work, what we do this in 3 levels. The level 1, basically we look into the source document and try to digitize if it's not digitized, or sometimes it is in an InDesign format, which is not Unicode. So we will translate that into Unicode format so that this is compatible with any kind of a model to translate. So once we have that in place, we will use Anuvadini to translate that into a respective destination language, and we will give it to this language experts to vet it, because it's very important to vet a document. Once we have that vetting in place, we will assign the domain dictionaries and glossaries on top of it. Then we will give the same document to a domain expert. Then only we will release that document. So the same applies for a textual, text-based or a document-based or a video-based or audio-based. For all, we follow this format so that we will give the best of the best output to the end customer.
Dr. Buddha's work with Anuvadini stands as a testament to his dedication to making the world more interconnected through technology. His efforts have not only revolutionized the field of translation, but also inspired countless others to pursue innovation in the digital age. Through Anuvadini, Dr. Buddha is not just translating words, but also fostering a greater understanding and appreciation of cultural diversity across the globe. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time to AICT Insights. I'm sure that this episode is going to benefit a very large section of our society. Thank you, sir.